Okay? Got it? All right? We're good? Understand? All's cool? A little question that was asked. Can people become evil and can we open doors to demons with kuji-in? A knife in the hands of a cook delivers extraordinary results. In the hands of a serial killer delivers different results. But a knife is a tool. A knife is used, and depending who uses it in which way, for which goal, will be vicious, neutral, or virtuous. Okay? Kuji-in is a tool. If you have evil intentions, regardless what you do, at one point you will open up doors for evil forces to accumulate and compact. Kuji-in augments the supernatural ability of everyone, regardless of your intention. However, it is most efficient when there's a form of personal growth, which kind of brings a safety to the use of kuji-in. However, if someone would be for a long period of time filled with ill intention using that kuji-in or the art of Manjutsu to hurt, that would open doors to demonic activity. But it's not the use of kuji-in or kuji-kiri or Manjutsu that would do that. It's the evil intention of someone. By delivering the wisdom of kuji-in and kuji-kiri and Manjutsu to anyone who wants, the extraordinary amount of people who become more happy, are more efficient in their work because they do have good intention, it's wonderful. By banishing knives to prevent killers from using them will just ruin the world of cooking. Do you understand that? So by banishing a tool will not prevent the killers from doing what they want. It'll just use pitchforks or chainsaws. There won't be knives. Banish knives! No one will ever kill someone with a knife. Yeah, I mean, the knife didn't kill anyone. It's the intention. Okay, so there's a confusion between the tool and the user who actually uses that tool. So it is extremely rare that the kuji-in user, an authentic kuji-in user, will have any kind of demonic activity. Usually those who have demonic level or evil-based supernatural phenomena around them, they had it before they did any kuji-in. And without kuji-in, it would never have amplified to reveal that they actually have a supernatural order problem. Okay? And usually they will seek some help and guidance, which is okay. Preventing the free flow of that dharma in the past, in the world where most people were vicious, where the amount of rapists and killers and thieves there was a lot, because the justice level was not what it is today. A few hundred years ago, pretty much anyone who wanted power was to survive. Therefore, steal someone else's resource, and you get caught. So you kill the guy who caught you, and then you rape his wife because she's there and you're horny. So, and then you just, you become vicious. In these conditions, transmitting such a powerful tool was not good. However, we needed the healers to do it, so the priests still practiced it by teaching the common people should not do that, in the sense that the common people in that time the common people are those who don't do personal growth and study themselves to get better, to become good people. Okay? But nonetheless, some of those monks became powerful and they had no training in personal growth. They became arrogant and they were thrown out of the temple, and you had a black mage roaming the countryside. Yeah, it happened. So rarely compared to everyone who used that power to construct better, to heal better, to repair damage better, to support people in their problems, to counsel better, to have a better grasp of situation, for better military strategy, which means less people suffering in a combat or a war. The benefits are so awesome that now we're in a time that this wisdom should freely flow. Okay? So don't worry, kuji-in never made anyone evil or never summoned evil entities. Kuji-in is a tool. Everyone who cooks without a knife cooks less. Everyone who cooks with a knife cooks better. Everyone who kills with a knife kills better. It's a tool. It's extremely rare that someone has bad intentions, usually. Right? So thank you for the question. And I hope the answer is satisfying. There's no problem. Those who don't have kuji-in to express their evilness will just get a Ouija board somewhere or just flip out another science, anything. So might as well give kuji-in wisdom, which will encourage them in healing the problem as they have it in the first place. All right? Good. Let's consider manifestation. I told you first, when we started ZEN yesterday, there is a philosophy that you have to believe hard as steel in a reality you want to manifest, or that reality to manifest. But that was not possible until you could take the reality that you have right now as it is, and believing it as a conceived reality just in your head, in your imagination, won't suffice. We learned it with Retsu. Conceptions are false the moment they exist based on a true perception. The moment you conceive it, it's false. You still need those conceptions to remain functional in this world. So use them. But it's not the truth. It's a conceived perception. Okay. So, Srija Ivartaya Swaha. Srija is to build, create, or manifest, depending on context. Iva Ritaya means in the correct way, in the appropriate way, or in the way that will function. Okay? So, Srija Iva Ritaya is manifest in the way that it will work. So it's when you talk to nature and you just want it to rain. That's control. Because you're focused on an event itself. If you want your crops to grow, you focus on that and ask nature, find a way for it to work, and usually it will rain. But the goal is not to be stuck on the mechanics of how it could happen, but to focus on the objective and collaborate with this natural flow of consciousness so it will find a way to make it happen. Okay? And it's not through convincing yourself mentally of the reality. You use your mental activity to conceive what you want to manifest, but it's not that conception that will make the manifestation. Is you use it, okay, I want to have a comfortable house. If you say, I want to have a ton of money, you'll never have it. Because that's like asking for rain to fall so you have good crops. Focus on having a nice house. If you want to have money so you can be comfortable, focus on I lived the experience of being always comfortable. Focus on the feeling that you're going to experience in the manifestation you wish. And then you give a command, but that command is not a command to the universe. It's a prayer as an authentic expression of yourself. Swaha. Okay? So it's an experience of self. I'm so comfortable for everything I have. Thank you for everything I have. Now, if you lack resources, you need to be most of the time objective enough to admit these are the resources I have. But in a moment of manifestation, you will pretend that you kind of forget your insatisfaction. Okay? Just forget, just block it away, deny it consciously, okay? Conscious repressal of something that irritates you in your life, just for a few minutes. And you will live, not just believe in your head, but live and feel a fantasy, a dream, that you get to the point of knowing this is the reality. I am so happy and satisfied of everything I have. And you go all out with your power. Power that you can now develop, because this felt experience of reality will gain in density and will sink into the world of every plane, from conscious to causal to wise to mental, emotional, vital, and then physically, whop, it will start happening. Okay, so you generate waves of causality for that new reality to exist. That's a period of time where you live and you exist in there, and you allow it to manifest how nature can find the easiest and most appropriate way to happen to remain virtuous and not cause suffering to anyone. For that reason, you can't wish for a new promotion. You don't want a new promotion at the job. You don't. What you want is to be comfortable for everything. It's to be praised for your good work. It's what you will feel. Then you want a promotion. If you focus on the manifesting of having a promotion that you would not have without a supernatural intervention, you're actually stealing the promotion that someone else was supposed to have, and you're going to have to live their karma for throwing off their finances. Okay? So don't focus on that promotion. Focus on the living experience. I want to feel prestigious. I can't control how it will happen, or else you're going to have the karma of your methods. Okay? So you focus on experience that you live 5, 15, 20 minutes, and you live it, and you pray, and you say thank you. You go from the edge of gratitude. If you say, I need that money so much, the words is the need of the money, but the feeling is, I don't have it. So you're charging the universe with, I don't have money. You're charging it with an experience. So what you want is to charge it with experience. What do I really want to live as an objective? Okay? So it's not a lie. It's a temporary build-up of conscious experience that you allow to densify, and you deliver it to the natural world, and it will do what it can with it. And it takes time. And it takes time to cultivate that. Eventually you can just do this and create matter. I'm not there yet. When I create matter, it takes a few days of work. So I don't do it often. You can understand that. I've got friends who create at will. I've never trained that. It's not useful. I just, if I want something, I just go buy it. Or else there's too much karma around it. And you can't create diamonds. You know, the amount of effort required to produce something that actually is worth anything on this market is also karmically charged. I mean, it would take you 20 days to manifest a diamond. You might as well go work 5 days and make the same money. You know, it's just, no, there's no proportion of usefulness in that, so just forget it. What is most easy to create is typical gardening soil. It's just $2 for a kilogram at the market. You know, just forget it. Because this is the most natural thing. Create just normal earth soil. This is the first easiest thing to create. Okay, so forget that part. Okay, this is just for your ego to be unable to deny you actually manifested out of nothing. But that's after like what, so many years of training. You're not there. Don't do it. Okay, one day I might do it in laboratory if people don't bitch me too much, because last time I did stuff supernatural, too many people just reacted. You know, it's a video on YouTube. Do it in my face. You know, I'm not gonna do it in your face. You're India. I'm in Canada. What do you want? You know. Okay, well, come here, and if you really can do it, I'll pay you a plane ticket. Well, if I don't have the ability to do it when I'm in your face, I'm going to lose that money now. Forget it. You come and see if I can when I happen to can, because it's not always. It's rare, actually. It takes a lot of training. I don't care about that manifestation thing, so I don't train it. So my muscle of that level of manifestation is weak. However, I care about transmutation, and a lot of you, I mean, it's hundreds of people who've seen me transmute and who do it. You know, for me, my belief is, if a master can do something, it doesn't matter. It gains value when the disciples and the students can do it. What matters is when the other can do it, the master is useful. If the master only can do it, he's a useless master. Throw it in the garbage. Don't do that, okay? You don't, yeah. Actually, you should always throw me in the garbage eventually. In the sense, you don't bow to me with reverence, okay? I don't need others to confirm that I'm divine in nature. I know, okay? I need you to know you're divine in nature. So don't revere what I can teach you. Use me as a tool, and once it's over, you throw me in the garbage. You just, okay, it was so fun. Thank you, Maha, for the wisdom. It'll store you in the bookshelf or garbage if you're over. You know, it's okay. You know, I don't have this pride to protect. Oh, I'm going to be useful. You're going to love me. No, I don't need you to love me. I appreciate it when it happens. But I'm pretty autonomous in self-love, so that's okay, all right? So That was a parenthesis about, supernatural manifestation. I stopped because too many people reacted, and I tell you, I could be a liar, okay? So I could be a charlatan. So it doesn't matter. What matter is what you experience at that Dharma, and once you can do it yourself, it's real. Until there, people speak. So a manifestation is not a lie, because you need to be objective and know exactly how much money there is in your account and not pretend that there's more. Don't lie to yourself. For a moment, you'll have a pocket moment where you invade yourself in an experience you wish to live, and you will modulate the feeling as you feel that you are living it right now. And then, once it's very strong, just, and this is what I live now. And you address it to the universe, and you bow, and then you relax. And then a few minutes, you just don't think about your finance and your love life. Don't think about that. Until the manifestation energy have calmed down, don't think about anything about it. Just let yourself go. Just go, say, I'm happy. Okay, I'm happy. Simple happiness. Because when we do a powerful manifestation, we usually have about 20 minutes of downfall, a fallout energy that whatever you think could manifest. So you don't go into, you just stay neutral and happy, okay? Then you look at your bank account and you acknowledge there's still the same amount, and it's okay. It's just when you look at the reality that you don't like in your life, don't empower yourself as, I really live that. But actually this is what you do. When you dramatize, you are amplifying the actual state of drama. Oh my God, this guy really does hate me. I hate it. I'm invaded by the thought and the feeling, and I embody consciously that he hates me. Oh my God, he hates me even more. Because you kind of cause it, So this, when we dramatize, we do amplify and sustain the drama in our life. I mean, it's hard not to dramatize, but you want to responsibilize, oh my God, this guy hates me. Why do I feel through that? How much do I need to be validated? Am I afraid not to be loved to that point that it hurts me that he hates me? Of course not. Oh shit, I have to admit it. Yes, because it does hurt. Integration, and you unbuild, you break after break your drama-induced responses until you can just feel humiliated. It's too bad that this guy hates me. If I could change something about it, I would. Is it a behavior I have? Can I grow? I mean, if it's just one person, it's one person. But if it's 7 people in the last 5 years, maybe I do have a behavior that caused people to hate me. I should look into that, And through personal growth, you disengage the drama. So your dramatic experiences lose validity because you stop nourishing that they're real. You only know that they affect you at the moment, which is okay. And then for a pocket moment, not while using the kuji-in itself, using ZAI practice augments your efficiency when you do a manifestation moment. Okay? And then you do your parenthesis. Usually a few minutes of cranking up. Well, define what you want to live. Are you in control of manipulating the mechanics through which it's going to happen? Just make sure to be in the real experience you want to live. And then you go and you embody yourself, you declare, you shout it, you dance about it, you physically act. You need to physically imply your voice, your movements, and I live it, and I'm so happy. Thank you so much, universe, for everything I have in abundance. I even have more than what I need to do whatever I want anytime. This is so awesome, yeah! Gratitude is wonderful. So be it. And you let it happen. Relax. You've done your manifestation moment. And you'll do it the next day too. Until it slowly augments as you practice your power. Okay? So the practice of ZAI is that called. Everything is manifested in the correct way according to the experience I live authentically. The blessing of ZAI is that you're going to get whatever you modulate over time. As you gain experience, it's going to be quite fast. The curse of ZAI is that you're going to get exactly what you modulate over time. So you don't want to stay stuck in drama. You need to do personal growth, which is so useful that in Rin, Kyo, and To, we have a lot of personal growth. So that when you get to manifest your dramatic outbursts of tears and your blames to the other and your anger to the other, your karma is actually what you manifest comes back so much. It's so quick as you go, whoa, I need to stop this powerful manifestation wheel. I need to integrate it and set in motion another wheel of manifestation by saying thank you every day. Gratitude, nourish that, you know. To amplify that process of manifestation, actually, it's already like that it works. Everything you modulate into states of being end up being empowered in your life, and this is what you tend to live more. It's already happening naturally, okay? This is how it works. By doing ZAI, we're summoning the idea, we're invoking the process of that manifestation to be a constant, powerful process that is empowered, okay? So you desire to augment your manifestation flow. Okay? So this is creative convection. Creative convection is, you know, convection, there's hot air, there's cold air. Cold air falls to the bottom of a container, which pushes the hot air to rise, but hot air rises, so it pushes the cold air to go to the bottom too. So together, those two systems, inside outside, will just make this reality flow. So the convection of consciousness, it's not up and down. It's through higher planes and lower planes. Every plane is just here. Every plane of consciousness is just here. Causal, conscious, causal, higher mind, wisdom, mind, mental, emotional, vital, and physical. Every plane is everywhere. But in terms of frequency, we use a metaphor, higher plane, lower plane. In terms of higher frequency existence to lower frequency existence, and the physical is the base of the world. So the convection is those streams of consciousness flowing through you and your life. As it convects, it brings down events that you will take in and ingest. It will make your kundalini rise as you allow them to burn up and stay like fire, which will convect new events that will come in towards you as to what you output. Okay? So that creative convection that you initiate in your life is amplified and encouraged by the practice of ZAI. Nature will correctly manifest in the most appropriate way what I modulate through what I live. Swaha is that part, you know. And this is where we do the mudra towards the third eye. Okay? Mudra and mantra. Om Sri Jai Vartaya Swaha. And after the first time, just lower and relax towards the heart. But the first one, you want to have it in the third eye. Mantra. Om Sri Jai Vartaya Swaha. Some people keep it at third eye. That's super good. It's just lazy people like me that just rest. If you're going to do half an hour, you're going to end up with just your thumb and index touching, okay? So, Om Sri Jai Vartaya Swaha. I know that I create everything I modulate. Every experience that I modulate, I manifest. You endorse it, you encourage it, you declare it through that practice. And by doing this, you start to know yourself as God. Because you know that you're the one creating. Om Sri Jai Vartaya Swaha. And then you rest it. And when you rest, it's okay if you can almost touch your hands. Just as long as your thumb and index is touching, it keeps that circuitry going, right? Then silently, whispered or silent. If you perceive everything truly as it is, you are freed of the idea of being God or not, because this is a flaw. You're not God. It is false also to say the contrary or the same. So there is a divine level of experience. You experience it. Therefore, you're the one creating everything. And there is where you become responsible of everything. And we let it go. Thank you. So this idea, oh Maha, I didn't want to be born with diabetes or fibromyalgia. Your actual ego now did not exist when that choice was made. So no, I agree with you. You, as a limited, conceived ego, did not choose that. However, you're not your ego. You're a pure experience of self. And that pure experience of self did choose to go through that experience. So you have it. And this is where we have a fundamental conflict, because you never wanted to have the pain you have in life. And your soul doesn't see it as pain. You do. The soul sees it as, oh, that experience I can grow with. Not obvious, huh? So yes, I did choose to have fibromyalgia. By being physically hard on myself, now that I want to be soft, I need to live the karma, having been hard on myself with other egos in the past. Now, if you don't believe in past lives, just throw away the entire teaching I just gave. It's okay, you don't have to believe it. Just keep practicing ZAI, you modulate everything. It means that you know you are in charge. So if you visualize and your state is, I am an accomplished and powerful warrior. You can even visualize yourself as a supreme warrior. Just make sure that in that visualization, you don't see yourself fighting and winning a fight. Because what you're going to create in your life is conflicts and people trying to beat you up. Don't do that. Go into the sense of satisfaction of being an accomplished warrior. And do it like, and I love being an accomplished warrior because in the dojo I can keep having fun with my friends about it. How about that? Or as a policeman or a military, I'm good to survive and I will live through everything. Modulate this power and keep training. Your skill sets will augment so fast. Scare yourself. This is absolutely awesome. Because you can create yourself a new identity. And if you didn't know how to cook, just create that you know how to cook and you start to download software. You still have the bit of practice, but instead of practicing 3 years to understand cooking, you practice for 3 days with a few ingredients and you start to get it. You just become so quick with everything. Imagine and live an experience where you have a fully accomplished skill set. Way more than your actual skills. But just for a little moment. And then you let this energy fall. You let it convect. You just let it settle. And you go to the kitchen and you admit you have no idea what you're doing. So you're training. Okay? So you can decide never to try to manifest anything. The practice of ZAI will simply bring a supernatural level sense of responsibility and power. You will feel so much in charge, and the need to be arrogant and violent about it will also dissipate a bit as you integrate it, the emotion. When you feel in charge, when you feel empowered, you don't need to prove that you're powerful. It's when you're weak that you hope that people will think that you're powerful. Because you're afraid that they come and kick your butt, so they need to be afraid of you. So you want to imagine that you're powerful, so they will be afraid of you, because actually you're not. And you're afraid of conflict. You know, you've got this ego pattern of wanting to be, I'm so powerful warrior. When you are powerful, you don't have to boast anything. And the pride of the warrior ceases, and the honor of the warrior rises. Then you become useful as a warrior, or as a cook, or a piano player, or delivery guy, whatever you want. I'm an awesome carpet cleaner. Yeah, I visualize it. I'm an awesome carpet cleaner. I mean, if you want to be an awesome carpet cleaner, I know one guy in this room that wants to be a super awesome carpet cleaner. Him, because that's his job. And he's pretty good already, yeah? He knows how to do that. All right. I'm just saying, don't limit your experiences. If you want to be good to changing diaper, be awesome when you change diaper. Don't manifest to change more. That's not wise. Just make sure that when you change one, it goes faster and more efficient and keeps the baby healthy and everything doesn't smell that bad. And you know, you can do whatever you want with that. I'm just trying to think out of the box to open your mind and the possibilities. Okay? Usually your manifestation will be a moment of gratitude for everything you have. Where for a short moment you don't think about everything you're missing. Of course you'll go back to complain about what you're missing. at one point because you like drama and you do miss it. But for a moment, you immerse yourself in this pocket experience of gratitude for everything you have. Then go work, or else it won't come. Okay? Go work, do good advertising, make an effort. If you don't have enough, you're still not doing good enough for advertising. Okay? You're not targeting a good market, or you're not doing enough. Okay? So just go. Go do it. Get better at your marketing as much as you're in your job doing the thing that you've marketed to sell, and or your promotion that you want. If you want a promotion, don't want a promotion. Want to be awesome in your work, and usually you'll get the promotion if you're more awesome than anyone else and you didn't have to suck anyone's dick to get there. Because then there's politics and the way the world works, which is not always that awful and scrupulous. Breathe and relax. That was good? ZAI was good? Yeah. Alright. So you practice ZAI even if you don't manifest. You practice it so that you can know yourself as supremely in charge. And then if an experience happens in your life and you didn't choose it, because it does happen, by the way, there's the experience you choose. Then there's the karma, that you already made that choice, you just forgot. It's still going to have to come back. And there's the prikti, the simple natural force. Your nature, it snowed, you had to go shovel. Bummer. Okay, we're alive in this world. So you live with the conditions of what is just there. So in this sense, you go back to a very simple rain experience. Oh, so now it's snowing. And it has nothing to do with what you want to manifest or not, but you're a super good shuffler. And you shuffle that snow, oh yeah! And no more drama about it, okay? The last part of the kuji-in is the philosophy of Zen. Zen is the most abstract concept of the entire kuji-in. But once you can live free of what is conceived, you can strive to accomplish yourself as a divine being. And of course, you stop being a divine being because there's no more divine to talk about and there's no being to be. But until you get there, there is, so you should use it. This is going to be so paradoxal teaching, and we're going to go soft about it because there's nothing else to say than to push you to refine your understanding through experience instead of through reassuring beliefs. Okay. Umarapachana di. Rapa is break, or hurt, or hinder in Sanskrit. Rapa means unbreakable. Okay. Rapa is unbreakable. I mean, there's another interpretation of that mantra, which is just A, just Ra, just the Pa, just Cha, just the Na, and just Di, and it's all bija, okay? But I'm going dictionary bija crossing. I'm going into what it can mean for your mind to have some kind of understanding, okay? Rapa is to break. Rapa means non-breaked, or unbreakable, actually, okay? Cha means and, or with, or joined, okay? So, and na means no, okay? Or not. Rapa, cha, na means unbreakable and yet not. So it doesn't mean it's affected. It's mean unaffected yet not unaffected. Because you did experience it as affliction. However, it's not to be affected. Alright! So lots of meditation and lots of meditation, lots of philosophy contemplation. Okay. So the undestructible self, Omarapachana Di. Di is the ointment. Okay. Di is when you feel it falls on your head and it will cover you. So Omarapachanadi, it does two things in the martial kuji-in. What it will do is bring your body to be impervious to wounds. So you still are in nature, but nature will have to apply more force to afflict you in various ways. So it's a very good support for the iron shirt and iron fist kind of training. Okay. Also, if by ZAI you have defined yourself as complete and non-dramatic, then you stop believing that drama affects you. So in Omarapachanadi, the unafflicted state, yet not, because I really got punched and I do have a wound, but I don't really have it because I don't have the drama to believe, so the experience disappears, you know. At one point you start to just modulate this paradoxical world. It's exactly what you want it to be, while you're also at peace with what it really is because you experience it. However, what you experience is not, you're not a slave of that. You can live it as you wish because you're still in charge. Yet being in charge, completely free of control, you won't control it to be what you want. You'll still accept it just how it is. Yet it is exactly how you wanted it. But you didn't know because you didn't have control to manifest it that way. So, I mean, you just get to this point where you live divinely everything. And if you want to involve yourself in something, bam, it goes. And if you don't, well, let's find out. Life is wonderful. Okay? So it's pretty hard to conceive at this point. Your ego can't classify this level of the kuji-in practice. Okay. This ji-in, at one point, there's this mudra, there's the one with, you know, there's the various, there's the like that. What was it? It was, okay, there's like this, there's like this. Okay, we do the golden seal mudra, right? Omarapachanadi, and the left hand rests on the right. That's what we do in our tradition. Okay, the human hand will rest on the spiritual concept it built, but both will be down to earth and well grounded. Together we are here. Okay, so this is a physical grounding thumb. Okay, the right thumb is mostly vacuity and the left thumb is mostly grounding, but it's vacuity grounding nonetheless. It's thumb. So together we're joined just here, where the human natural experience is resting on the spiritual existence that you really have. Now let's not get into does it exist or not, because we're going to have to re-explain that mantra with not as much clarity anyway. Okay. All right. So Omarapachanadi, unaffected and not. I feel it. Anointed. The other effect is relative invisibility. Okay, so this is the superpower of invisibility that the practitioners of kuji-in say. You can become invisible. I mean, you're still there. But because there's no identity anymore, those who don't perceive reality but only identity will not perceive you once you have no more identity to perceive. So you are physically there and you walk by people that their brain never registered your existence. So you have relative invisibility or subjective invisibility to the mind of those who perceive it. And that's absolutely awesome. I've never found a useful way except to prank a few people. And I would just stand there between, you know, there's two people talking and I'm just there. They're talking about me, by the way. They don't see me, but I'm there, you know. So, and then I hear, well, I don't really agree with that point, but I agree that what she said when she said I'm arrogant. And she's like, oh my God, you're there, Ma. Yeah, of course I'm there. That was fun, you know, a few of you experienced it. This is just to get to this point. If someone is a slave of conception, they can't have clear perception, and then you just remove yourself from the equation. Okay, so it was useful in infiltration work for the military. Otherwise, it's just a validation of how much you believe to be a self or an identity instead of just being whatever is there. You won't stop to exist. You'll simply stop to have conception about what it is to exist, yet you're still there. So, okay. All right, this is the Zen part. This is just hard to conceive. And if you have the intention of going into the girls' room to look at them undress, this is motivated by a sacral bone level genetic response of desire, which makes you extremely dense and perceivable. Okay. So I mean, it doesn't really work. There's a guy who did it because he was in love with a girl. That's a story. I forgot even who. There was this name in the story. Anyway, I tell it with absolutely no credit or anthropological validation, but there's a guy who did it in, I don't know, 1800s in India, using the Navamudrani system, which is like kuji-in before the Chinese influence and then the Japanese ninjutsu influence. So just those who did this practice, so it was very different, but he was just walk around and he followed that girl because he liked her and he saw her in dress, he was so horny, and then he appeared at one point. But the girl was impressed and he said, "I'm so sorry, but you are so beautiful." And she talked about it, and she was also a lonely person, and they decided to get close. So he married her, but he could never again be invisible. Because once he felt guilty of insulting someone doing that. But when he had no intention per se, he would just walk around invisible. And it suited him because he didn't really feel like talking to people who had opinions. Okay, so that's a little story of that guy who lost his power by using it in a animal lustful manner. So we are going to practice for the initiation purpose the golden seal mudra. So we're not going to go through that one. We're not going to go through this one. We're going to go through the typical transformational approach. But do the one of your tradition and there's no problem there. Okay? It will bring a result, and I could eventually spend time to explain each and which finger do what, or you can try it out on your own. It's okay, right? So Omarapachanadi is that attitude of going into the Zen style mindset where there's no mindset about it. However, you still conceive something, or else we wouldn't use a mantra to practice it. So, it's a paradox. We use a system to affirm that a system does not really exist. However, until you do, it does. So you're screwed. That's how far you go with that, right? So once you want to do the Omarapachanadi, you're at the end of your ZAI and you drop your left hand and you go support with your right. And you do it, this one you just seat it right there. Right? Mantra. Omarapachanadi. Omarapachanadi. And you conceive yourself as an accomplished being with no notion of what it means to be accomplished. Omarapachanadi. Whisper and go silent. Feel your crown chakra and then every other chakra through an honest practice. Don't force it and don't fake it. It will happen when it will happen. Omarapachanadi. Pure. Self-contained. Left hand goes to rest on the right. Gentle happiness. Contemplate gentle happiness. No explosion, no effort. not be afraid of your power. And know yourself as powerful. Know yourself as power. And any aspect of you that would confuse it with arrogance, pride, or violence, integrate it. And then you will be power. For assisting the class, everyone. Time you'll know your kuji-in enough to do the full practice, just to realign yourself in one shot. You know, a little 30-second. Okay, I'll do it again. Om Vajramanataya Swaha, Om Mishanaya Yantraya Swaha, Om Jitrashietrajvaratna Swaha, Om Haya Vajramanataya Swaha, Om Namasamanta Vajranamham, Om Agnaya Yanmaya Swaha, Om Yota Hishandoga Shivataya Swaha, Om Srijai Varataya Swaha, Om Arapachanadi.